Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach. We know that helping your clients become the best and healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about what they eat or coming to the gym a few hours a week. We, as gym owners and coaches, have to focus on a holistic approach, looking at support systems, stress management, sleep, mindset, lifestyle, and of course, exercise and nutrition. I'm your host, Nicole Aucoin, registered dietitian and founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I'm also the author of The Basics of Nutrition Coaching, CrossFit Preferred Nutrition course. In this podcast, I'm going to teach you how to make one step at a time to becoming the best nutrition coach and building an awesome habit-based coaching program. Today's podcast guest is Jeff Holloway. Him and his partner Glenn own CrossFit Rome, which has been around for 9 years. Today, CrossFit Rome has been expanded and rebranded to Rome Strength and Fitness. They do so much more than just CrossFit and have really built nutrition as a foundation of their business. Here's the catch. In less than 5 months, they went from a nutrition coaching program that had a few people in it to this thriving nutrition coaching program and are wrapping up an employee wellness challenge this week with a fire department. Their nutrition program has over doubled, and I know it's going to inspire many gym owners. So many gyms know that nutrition is the missing piece. They've had informal conversations. They're trying to reinvent this wheel. He realized this. More importantly, his nutrition coach realized there's got to be a better way. She actually joined us for our live event last year, left inspired. Amber is an incredible person, an incredible coach, and now she has the tools and systems so that she can scale and grow and help more people in her community. So excited for you to hear this story with Jeff and CrossFit Rome. We will get to this episode right after this message. Did you know that HSN has a live event coming up soon? Just like the one that Amber, Jeff's nutrition coach, went to last year in Nashville, Tennessee, we are hosting a live event in Nashville, July 13th to the 15th. Now, this is open for any gym owner, coach, or aspiring nutrition coach that's looking for the tools, resources, systems to gain confidence and clarity in how to really make health a way of life and build your business as a house of wellness, looking at a holistic approach, addressing nutrition, stress management, mindset, lifestyle, and of course, exercise. While this program is really focused on building a successful habit-based coaching program, we're also having some exceptional speakers focused on leadership. Tim Arnold, who actually has worked with Donald Miller, Building Your Story brand, is coming in to do 2 sessions, one on a feedback formula to give and receive feedback. I know some of us have a tough time having hard conversations, and he's doing another session on sustainability, taking care of yourself and taking care of others. I've seen more gym owners and coaches burnt out than ever before, and I know that his message is going to help you prevent that burnout. If you're looking to increase confidence with sales, we've got Joe Marcoux coming in to do a session on exactly that, increasing confidence with sales. We have a special session for HSN mentoring clients on employee wellness. So excited that Jeff is going to be joining us for that session as well. You can click the link in the show notes and lock in your spot today to the Gym Accelerator Summit. This year, we've partnered with Push Press to host this live event, and we're so excited about it. I hope to see you in Nashville, Tennessee. All right, let's get to this episode with Jeff. Jeff, welcome to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. I'm so excited to have you on today.
Nicole, thanks for having me. Yeah,
so
it's going to be awesome.
You actually were on our Monday coach development call, and it went awesome. You inspired a lot of people. And I was like, you know what? I think we need to let this message be heard by a greater number of people on the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. I'd love to spend a minute or two letting our audience get to know you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your gym.
Yeah, so Southern boy, born and raised in Georgia. I have 4 kids, 2, 4, 10, and 12. So it is busy around our house. If I'm not parenting or at the gym, I'm usually sleeping. So that's what I'm doing now. So our gym is in Northwest Georgia. CrossFit Rome is what our name used to be. We actually rebranded last year to Rome Strength and Fitness. So we've got a lot of stuff that changed last year for sure. So we're just managing growth right now and excited about what the kind of future has for us. So
I love it. So you guys do a lot more than just CrossFit. You're not just the normal CrossFit gym that we work with. And we actually got connected by a backwards way than most gyms that come into our platform. Your nutrition coach, Amber, came to our live event last year, and she had, I think, precision nutrition certification, was doing nutrition on her own. And was like, okay, I think I know how we can take our program to the next level. And here we are talking today. Your program is well above the next level.
Yeah, Amber came back from that and she said, I found something. I said, what do you mean? She said, and she didn't decide to go to that until like the day or two before. So it was by happenstance. She met a ton of people that she loved. And she said, let me back up. Amber's a stud coach, and we are super blessed to have her. So super motivated, super passionate. She's a learner, and she's really good at what she does. But everything that she did, it was creating the wheel every single time and being able to come back. She said, I think we have something that we can follow. So I said, I'll look at it. And the more I saw, the more I dug, the more we're like, oh, we got to do this. And we kind of started talking to y'all late fall. Started going through the training right before Thanksgiving-ish, rounded it up Christmas time, and then kind of rolled out being a Healthy Steps Nutrition gym in January with a challenge. So yeah, our coach said, this is what we need to do. I said, yes, ma'am. So.
Amber is one of the most passionate coaches. Like every gym needs an Amber. She is so passionate about helping people. It bleeds through to everything that she does. She's always on like coach development things or watching the recordings and chiming in to learn for herself, but also to give back to the rest of the coaches in the community. And she has a wealth of knowledge. I think you're spot on with, she was creating all of this stuff. And I remember us talking, like, tell me a little bit about your nutrition program. And one of the things you guys said was like, all of her clients are coming from her classes. And I was like, okay, there's a lot more people that need nutrition than just Amber's fitness class people. And now clearly there's a lot more people involved with nutrition than just her class people.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Now I would say, this is later in our conversation, but I would say that now that we live and breathe we are a gym that does both fitness and nutrition. We used to be a gym that did fitness. I am very relational in my personality. So if you know me at the gym, and for the last 9 years that we've operated the affiliate, I knew you. I knew what you drove. I knew your anniversary. And as we've grown into some different programs I'll talk about in a minute, we got away from kind of a systematic way of having all that accountability. And we did nutrition on the side. And now we are implementing nutrition as a main staple is what we do, which I think has been a big improvement and B, a big step forward in what we can offer to people as well. So outside of just Amber's classes. So right. She doesn't even coach anymore. She just does nutrition full time. So
she's so passionate. That's like the perfect role for her. How would you say, you guys have grown your business a lot from CrossFit to offering other types of fitness. How would you say that nutrition, now that it is a bigger priority, has impacted member results, member relationships? How do you feel like it's impacted your business overall? And now that nutrition's a bigger piece of the puzzle.
Well, I think that when we talk about holistic approach to wellness, we know intrinsically that to get really the results that people are looking for, they have to do something with nutrition. They have to either fix a few things, or they have to go headlong into one-on-one nutrition coaching before they really, really are going to see the results that they need. I'll have people come in and to the gym and they can get like really, really fit, but they won't look a lot different until they fix their nutrition. Once we started being a gym that identified as a nutrition gym, I think the conversations are easier to have now. Our on-ramping now that like y'all have completely overhauled our entire no sweat intro stuff, which means nutrition is going to be talked about at the beginning. From when people are coming in, what is the expectation? So now it's easier conversations that people know it's not just exercise. It's exercise and fitness. I mean, exercise and nutrition, or just nutrition. Like yesterday, we had 2 people come in and they were just there to talk to me about nutrition. That's it. So, we would not have had that a year ago.
So people are coming in and signing up for your business as nutrition only clients.
Correct. Yes. Which we would not have had that last year unless they like went to church with Amber and knew that what Amber did. It was very Amber specific, which is awesome. But one thing that I'm nervous about as a gym owner is I don't ever want anything to be because of me. And Amber will tell you the same things. Like, I don't want the success of the nutrition business long-term to be just because I am here doing this thing. We want it to be bigger than that, or I would hope everybody's goal is for it to be bigger than a person. It needs to be an organization-wide thing.
And it allows you to grow. I mean, Amber can only help so many people. And I know you guys have some other really cool initiatives that you guys are looking to dive into to expand your reach and your impact. And ultimately, Amber's going to have a cap on how many people she can help. And you don't want that to be a cap on your program. So having other nutrition coaches to help support is obviously an important piece of the puzzle in regards to the business side. One of those pieces is employee wellness. And you guys have actually already started this with a local fire department, doing a nutrition challenge and doing some stuff with them on the nutrition side. Talk to me a little bit about what you guys are doing with employee wellness and where you're wanting it to go in the future. Because this is employee wellness is like a bright and shiny object for so many gym owners. So like, oh my gosh, this sounds awesome. This sounds incredible, super overwhelming, but you guys are doing it. How are you doing it? How is it improving your impact and business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So to give you a little bit of feedback, or to give you a little bit of background, I've been working with the fire department for about 10 years, me. I used to go on Fridays, which the fire department that I serve in Rome, Floyd County, does there's 3 shifts. So it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's an A shift, B shift, and a C shift. So I see them every 3 weeks. Been doing that for about 10 years. And it's been awesome, ton of relationships built. But we got to the point last year that I said, we can't keep doing what we're doing. I don't feel like I'm making the impact that I want to make. I feel like it's too contingent on me. And after going through the training with y'all, I got to the point of going, there's a better way to do this, implementing a team approach to be able to do fitness, nutrition, accountability. So being able to rewrite almost in a contract-based thing to go, what does fitness look like? What are we going to do every Friday? How do we roll out 2 nutrition challenges? So there's about 160 firefighters that are in the suppression, which means like at the stations on the trucks. And we were going to roll out 2 of those nutrition challenges. We did a mindset, which is the at the beginning of the year, what's that called? Vision board. I did a vision board with them at the beginning of the year.
Really? With the fire department?
It was awesome. It was to talk about them, about their feelings and the goals and what they're going to do. It was a big joke, but they took it serious, which is really, really cool. And this gives us an opportunity to be in front of them a little bit more, but the gifted people on our teams, like we have an awesome CrossFit coach, Hamza, and he is actually the one now in charge of the fitness side. And then Amber, stud nutrition coach, she's in charge of the nutrition side. And we are able to, the very first time I told him, I said, if there are 30 people that sign up for the legit 6-week nutrition challenge, I'll be happy. And we had a little over 50, which is, for the first time ever, I was super pleased with that. Came into the gym, all of them did in-bodies. We're actually doing all their in-body scale check-ins or check-outs really next week. So it's been huge to do an all-encompassing wellness initiative for the department, and the buy-in for the department is shot through the roof. So it's been really good to see, but getting the relationship for a long period of time was helpful, but we needed a plan. And that's really where this has come from HSN's side, is the plan to implement.
I think it's really cool that you guys have done this with the fire department. I don't know if you know this. My husband worked for the fire department for a long time.
I think I
So
remember that. Yeah.
we have this was like ingrained relationship, I guess, with them. But what is really unique is that you're actually able to bring all the shifts together in like one even
Mhm.
playing field. Because typically with that type of work, kind of like night shift and day shift, those people don't really communicate with each other that well. Or, your captain isn't really communicating with the new people as much, or, the chief isn't communicating with the new people. But then it puts everyone on a level playing field, which increases buy-in from employees and increases engagement too, which is really cool. So you guys are doing incredible things for the fire department. I know a big goal of yours is to expand this and help other companies in your community as well.
Yes, that is actually a lot of our bandwidth right now over the last, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks is what do we need to do to position ourselves to have services to get outside our gym walls? Because inside our gym, we have personal training, we have a conditioning biased fitness program, and we have a strength biased fitness program, which would be called CrossFit. And we have a really good influence with people inside those walls. But there's so many people. When I just sit at a traffic light and I look around, I'm like, there are 500 cars that I can see just sitting in this spot, and I know none of them. Which means if we can go into companies and really talk about corporate wellness, and if you back up and talk about corporate wellness, well, it's kind of a buzzword. What is corporate wellness? Well, if you can increase the wellness of an individual, I firmly believe you can increase the wellness of a company, of that corporation. But if you can give healthy people, I talk about this as a strength coach because that's my background. If I can give an athlete back to the coach, stronger, fitter, faster, that skill coach can teach them what they need to know. If I can give a human back to a company, mentally in a better place, physically in a better place, healthier, less stress, being able to like manage stress better, like how can productivity not go up? How can workplace culture not increase? I would say that's a big goal of my partner and I is like, that's what we're working on right now for the fall. So yes, that is a big initiative that we're about.
I love it. And you know what? From personal experience, when we started employee wellness, like I went in with the pitch of I can get your employees to be healthier. And in reality, it's I can actually improve their overall wellness, the morale of your company, and the mindset, and just help everyone work better together, which ultimately is what you want as a company, because if everyone's working better together, you're going to be able to do exponentially more, right? So I love that you guys are really doubling down on this. You're growing your nutrition team so that you have the capacity and bandwidth to manage an influx of individual and group-based clients, which is awesome. So I'm looking forward to watching and helping you guys grow in this area. One of the things
please help us.
you're killing it. Everywhere. You're doing awesome. One of the things that you said it, you stumbled upon was the OMP during training. You jumped on. We have this virtual meeting for gym owners in the HSN Family Owners Mastermind Project. I selfishly started this because I was like, I need to connect with other gym owners. I feel like I'm on an island here. And we started this group that's been really fun. You jump on it and you've been really sharing a lot of things that have worked well in your business. One of those things is this 17ers club.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little bit about what is it? Why are you doing it? And how it's evolved over the past couple, how long have you been doing it? A couple of years?
Well, full bore, a year and a half. I would say we started in the fall of 2022. We did it full bore 2023 and we're in 24 now, correct? Yeah, I think that's it. No, this is 2023.
We're in 2023.
We're in 2023. We did it through 2022. We started it in fall of 2021.
There we go.
Yep. We have figured out that the primary motivators for third graders and for 30-year-olds are the same. They are the same. So if you give somebody a sticker, you'd be surprised what they would do. So what we do is we share, we have this board that what we started with just a piece of glass on a window, and we wrote people's names up there. And we take at the end of the month, we take the reports, and it shows name, how many times they came that month, and then we put a sticker next to their name. I'll talk about the stickers more in a minute. But the way we came up with the 17ers is if you came 17 times that month or more, your name got on the board and you got a sticker. And at the beginning, it's January, so more people come in January. We maybe had 30, maybe. And then the next month, you're like, wait, if I come, do I get my name on that board? Yes. More people started coming. And then we got to the point of going, if you come all year, you get a special gift. And they're like, what's the gift? I said, it's a t-shirt that only people that come all 12 months get. And you'd be surprised what people did for a t-shirt.
Right.
But every month, what we do is we just do a 1-inch sticker. It really is a 1-inch sticker, and it has our logo in the middle, really small, and it just says 17ers around it. 17ers Club, I think is what it says. And we just put that up at the beginning of every month with everybody's name. We have somebody in the gym who has impeccable penmanship. So she does that. Usually she'll erase it until she's happy with it 3 or 4 times. I'm like, it's amazing the first time. And really what we do is we come up with a sticker that's themed for every month. So January is like a New Year's one. February has hearts on it. And the stickers are just little stickers. But you would be surprised how motivating that is for 2 reasons. One, the more, we kind of joked at the beginning, but the motivator for sharing the score, that which gets measured gets done or improved depending on which rendition you talk about. But if you just share the score, you're not ranking people. We don't put it on social media. We just write their name up there. And writing their name up there, people will go through great lengths just to be recognized for doing what you ask them to do. One thing I'm big on is a lot of times we live in a culture that rewards performance, and that's awesome. We are CrossFit gyms. I've been running a CrossFit gym for 14 years. Like, performance is a big deal. But the goal is, it's a leading indicator versus the lagging indicator. The leading indicators, are they coming and doing what you ask them to do? I want to reward that versus the outcomes are awesome, but the outcomes are usually for them anyway. But the leading indicator is, what do you want them to do? I want to reward their attendance because I want them to come to the gym. Because I'll tell you, people that get on that board, by and large, I'm not going to get an email from them leaving. Like, if they're making consistently on the board, they're staying. They're contributing members. Everybody knows them. They're there all the time. So it's been big for us to be able to just reward expectations for what we want them to do. I know it seems simple, but it works.
Yeah, you've been talking about this for a couple months. You've shared. I know other people in the HSN family have taken your idea and put their own spin on it. And I think the idea of rewarding check-ins is something that's coming up really often, right? Dan, the owner of Push Press, talks about your North Star metric as a gym owner being member check-ins. And the research that they pulled from all of the Push Press reports shows that if you can get people checking in 15 times a month, 3.4 times a week, your churn rate goes down significantly. People don't leave. And I think so many times as gym owners, we're thinking, oh, I just need more leads. Well, no, you just need your people to stay. Yeah. And then a slower amount of leads is probably what you really need so that you can take good care of the people that are staying, which is backwards, I think, to what a lot of people are thinking. If you're not checking how many times people are coming in, I think that would be a great place to start. If you're a gym owner. And I think with nutrition coaching, one of the things that we talk about is tracking consistency with habits. Are clients doing what you want them to do? Are they actually doing the things that are going to ultimately give them the results that they want with body composition changes and achieving whatever they're wanting, why they're signing up for nutrition coaching? That's why we need to be tracking compliance. Like, are they checking off the habits? Are they doing what they said they were going to do? And if not, what are the obstacles? How can you help them be more consistent? So 17ers, super neat thing. I'm so glad that you decided to join the OMP. I think that one time that you joined on kind of by accident while you're in training, you've come on every single time since then.
Yeah, January. What was so funny is I was on the thing in the beginning. I was about to go. I'm like, I don't know if I'm even supposed to be on this call. And then I realized I'm allowed to be on this call. Yeah, it's been super beneficial. I haven't missed. I don't think I've missed one since.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. If you're a gym owner in HSN mentoring, jump on those. It's a really great opportunity for you to connect with other gym owners. I don't come with an agenda. There's always something that gets brought up, usually around employee wellness. I feel like everyone's wanting to crack this code and talk to each other and keep each other accountable. Hey, what are you doing? How are you reaching out to people? How are you following up? What's going on? So that we can all rise the tide together.
Yes. Yep. For sure.
Anything else that's coming up for you in regards to the expansion, their newer priority around nutrition to be a nutrition and fitness business? Anything else coming up for you that you might want to share with gym owners?
No, I think a big thing for me, for most gym owners, is summer is always a slower time for us. So being able to take a step back and going, how well is the first 90 days going for me? Was the sales process, and how well am I taking care of those people? I think that's a big initiative that I personally am trying to take on. So to growing into that new role is the things that have allowed for you to be successful up to this point will no longer serve you well moving into the future if you want to level up. So that's a big challenge of mine right now. Corporate wellness in the fall is a big one. And then I'm on this same thing with this 15, 17ers is the engagement and making sure that we do a good job serving the people that are in our building rather than the sales process is so important. But if we negate the people that are already under your care, or my care specifically, under the care of the gym, as I think we're doing a massive disservice. So I don't want to get away from that either. So trying to level up personally with the first 90 days and taking care of the new people. How do I take care of the current people? And then I am always reaching for the stars. So, so fall we have a lot of hopes based on the falls for the corporate stuff. So
I'm excited for you guys.
And then coming out of that's what I've already told Glenn. I said, I don't know what is going to come out of our time in Nashville. But I kind of need to already create space to go, okay, we're changing everything. I know we don't need to do that, but I know I have a tendency to do that when I come away from those leadership conferences. But yeah, so we're pumped about that.
It's going to be so much fun to connect with you guys in person. I do want to touch base on one thing. I think sometimes gym owners will say they want a nutrition program and they find someone that they think might be a good fit, and then they kind of step away. And then there's this disconnect between the person that's facilitating the program and the gym owner. And sometimes that person, that coach, might not feel supported. That is the exact opposite relationship that you have with Amber and now your growing team. I'm curious, what does it look like beyond you joining the OMP, being on mentoring calls? What is your relationship with Amber to help support her and make sure that she feels supported as she's building this nutrition coaching program?
I have two parts to that answer, I believe. One is I really have a desire to make sure that the coaches that I work with feel like I don't ever want to be the reason they're not being successful. So I'm very sensitive to that. So I don't want to be the reason they're falling down. And then two, oddly enough, Lindsay, really early on in our training said, it's your job to sell. It's her job to serve. And I went, yes, ma'am, noted. But I'll tell you, that changed a lot for me is owning a piece of that process and not putting more on your nutrition coach than they need to have on them. Because a lot of times, well, this is a nutrition issue, so see the nutrition coach. If this is a nutrition issue, it comes to whoever that first person is. When we've given Amber more of the freedom to I don't have to think about all that other stuff. I just serve the person in front of me. I'll tell you, that has probably been the biggest piece of advice that I've been given to support Amber, is to set Amber up for success. So she doesn't even have those conversations anymore. Anything about pricing, commitments, what does this look like? At the beginning, where do I need to be? So I think that is those two pieces, is trying to set her up for success the best that I can, and B, own the first part of that relationship has been, I would say, probably the biggest thing that we've done in the past 5 months is you can't step away if you're the first part of the process. Otherwise, you'll never grow it. And it doesn't have to be, it has to be somebody. And I don't think that somebody and the nutrition coach, after seeing it now, needs to be the same. I don't know if I like it being the same person. I could be wrong there, but
yeah. So I think what I'm hearing from this is like, you are doing the sales process in your gym, combining, you already mentioned this before, you're combining the sales process to discuss nutrition and fitness. It's not, let me sign you up for fitness and then let's have another conversation with Amber to talk about nutrition and see if you want to buy in with that. And I think that's an old way of thinking. If you're doing it that way, if you're doing it, then the people feel like they're being sold to as well. Right. Yeah. So, now that you're positioning your solution to the people's problem as nutrition, fitness, accountability, you're going to have a coach to guide you every step of the way. You've taken that second sale out of it. It doesn't have to happen anymore.
Correct. We used to do it that way, and our close rate was terrible. And then, or you felt too uncomfortable to bring it back up, especially because some people that are coming in have specific needs and problems. And like if their budget is a major factor to the decision, if you don't have it the first conversation and you bring up budget again after you've already had a hard conversation, it's a lot harder to serve them well. And it's a lot harder to have that conversation and have a favorable outcome.
I love that. Do you and Amber meet on a regular basis as well beyond the mentoring calls? Or just talk?
I would
Do you guys have communication?
Yeah, well, I see her every day. Her office is down the hall, but I would say we meet once every week or two, depending on what's going on and how big the projects are. We're about to close out the fire department, so I'll be seeing her a fair amount next week. I would say we have sit downs definitely every 2 weeks, in passing, impromptu every week, for sure.
Okay. I'm hoping there are some gym owners that are listening to this that are taking note of that, because ultimately, if you have this vision of prioritizing nutrition inside of your facility, you cannot just rely on one person to do it and think that you can completely pass it off. You have to support them, especially if your goal is to venture into employee wellness, like you guys are planning to do even more than you're already doing. You and Glenn have a lot of those relationships. Like, you can't just expect Amber to go into a company and sell them on nutrition and employee wellness when you're the owner, you're the leader of your tribe. People buy into your vision, communicate with you, and then you have people that are fulfilling the service.
Yeah, I think it's almost like I view our coaches as these ace in the hole utility players going, wait until you see so-and-so. Wait until you see so-and-so. Like, oh, just wait until Amber shows up. It's not their job to coach and plan and thing and do. And I think that's the better we get at highlighting our coaches to do the service piece, then they come in and can really shine because their distractions goes down. If they're having the sales conversation, or if they're having the no sweat intro, and then they're having the follow-up, and then they're having the schedule piece, and they have to get the credit card, and then they have to schedule the time, and then they have to do the service. They're going to be good at some of them, maybe. But the more you ask of a coach, the less high-level service you're going to get out of the coach. So I'd rather ask less and get them to just shine when they're in front of people.
I love that.
And that's been a process for me, for sure. This is a new way of us doing this, but the more I can set a coach up as being like the star utility player. So
I think we all could take note of that for sure. Before we started recording, you talked about reinventing the wheel. And I think so many times as a gym owner, I can relate this to programming. We've actually always have paid for programming because I realized this is not something that my husband or I are super passionate about writing up, and we're not going to be as detailed. It's not going to be as good of a quality program as someone paying for a professional to do it. Why do you think that gym owners try to reinvent the wheel when building a professional nutrition coaching program?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll just use two or three of my examples. One, I think it's really, really, really easy to get overwhelmed with all the stuff we should do or could do. So you take a piece of this awesome program, and then you take a piece, just one piece of this awesome program. And then you're like, well, in my community, it doesn't work like that. But the more I'm finding out, it does actually work like that. And you do a piece of this. So you're piecemealing it together and you're trying to like reinvent the wheel, of which you don't think that you're reinventing a wheel. You just think you're building a wheel. You're like, the wheel's already been built. Or the other one is like, it's really hard to say, I don't know. I'm not very good at that. And I think it wasn't until I wasn't happy with where we were. I felt like I was holding us back. I felt like if we didn't have the training, the mentorship, it's an upfront cost, and there's something to say to the upfront cost. But if you spend the upfront cost, you get the plan. If you implement the plan, then it's the return on investments. It's a no-brainer, really. If you just do the program. So I think pride is a little bit of it. I think overwhelm is a little bit of it. And I think fear is a little bit of it. And I've had pieces of those throughout my career for sure. So unfortunately, until you know what you're doing isn't working, most people aren't willing to go, okay, let's do that thing then. Me personally, That's just me speaking personally, but I don't think I'm the only one who feels that way.
I think you're 100% right. The gym owners that I talk to on free calls, I'm trying to do it. I'm feeling overwhelmed with 8 clients, or too many of my clients are now going to an online program for nutrition, and I should be offering this service to support them because I want to offer the full package to them. Or the third most common is my coach went through an online training course and then they left, and then the program left. And that is definitely not how we build a successful business. Luckily, Amber suddenly showed up at our live event, and we were able to kind of connect with her and then obviously connect with you guys. Your nutrition program has more than doubled at this point.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah.
In 5 months a little less than 5 months since launching, which is incredible. You have another nutrition coach coming on board. You guys are servicing the people well in your community and now expanding your reach into employee wellness. You've got this great relationship with the fire department that you've had that now you've expanded on to support them in an even bigger way. And now you're like, okay, we're going to take this and we're going to replicate it at other companies, which is really cool. And I'm just excited to continue to watch the impact that you guys are going to have in your community.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it's been really cool to like even just do a little self-reflection about where we were a year ago versus where we are now. So we've a lot of hope for the future for sure. We got some good things in the pipe. So
awesome. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story, trusting us to help you and Amber build a nutrition coaching program. She is taking it to a whole new level at Rome Strength and Fitness and at your CrossFit facility. So I'm excited to continue to watch you guys grow.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
What Jeff said in this episode really, I think, can hit home with so many gym owners. So many gyms are having informal conversations, are piecemealing nutrition coaching programs together, but they're not really confident in the service that they're delivering, or it's reliant completely on them. You need a coach like Amber who's passionate about nutrition, and honestly, it might not be one of your fitness coaches. That's okay. There are 3 main things that I look for when hiring an awesome fit to help support a nutrition coaching role. The first one is a passion for nutrition and an alignment with your nutrition coaching philosophy. If our nutrition coaching program and your coaching program is focused around a habit-based and a whole foods approach using a holistic framework, we're not going to want someone who only wants to focus on macros, keto, or some restrictive diet. We need someone that's aligned with our nutrition philosophy. We need someone with the soft skills, someone that you could sit down and have coffee with and want to have another cup of coffee. Lastly, we want someone with really good follow-through. Now, Amber had all of those qualities. She actually had been through precision nutrition. She had a solid foundation of the nutrition knowledge, but knew there had to be a better way with putting it into a usable format to deliver a professional experience. I'm so thankful that Amber went to our live event in Nashville, Tennessee. If you are a gym owner thinking, I need to prioritize nutrition, I challenge you to come to the live event, Gym Accelerator Summit in Nashville, Tennessee, July 13th to the 15th. It's an amazing opportunity for you to connect with other gym owners who are truly prioritizing nutrition and health inside of their gyms. If you have someone that you think might be a good fit to become a nutrition coach, see if they want to join with you too. I guarantee they're going to be fired up and passionate about the impact that they can have and you can have in your community, even expanding into something like what Jeff has done with employee wellness. HSN Mentoring provides a turnkey solution for gym owners, but you have to turn the key. Stop reinventing the wheel. Take all the tools, the systems that we have created and use them to make a greater impact in your community. I'm so thankful that Jeff and Amber are connected with the HSN Mentoring family. They are such a positive impact in sharing different experiences and open to feedback and growing and expanding their own knowledge to, again, make a greater impact in their community. Hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. Hope you are leaving inspired and unlocking your potential of what a nutrition coaching program can do to accelerate your business so that you are seen as the nutrition and fitness expert in your community. All right. Make sure you tune in next week. Kayla Pollock and I are going through how to use a habit-based approach when coaching clients and how to create a plan using that habit that you're working on with a client one step at a time. It's a really great insight into the HSN mentoring framework and how we coach clients. So subscribe to this podcast so that you don't miss the next 2 episodes. We'll see you back here next week.